My name is Anna Keeve. I'm a program manager at Stalwart Communications. Stalwart Communications is a marketing and public relations agency here in San Diego. Been around for about 4 years now. A program manager is like an account executive. Our primary goal is to handle our clients' accounts. We essentially are the intermediary between our clients and the public. To give you an idea of the type of clients we have, anything from a pest control company to a winery, we help get them exposure. So we gain them placement on local news. We get them in newspapers, any magazine, any sort of news source that you might pick up and read. That's where we're trying to get our clients. The pitching process is kind of interesting, and that's a lot of what we do. So we really have to understand our clients, know their brand, know their business model, and develop stories that are timely and relevant. So we'll take those story ideas, usually we'll discuss them with the client, and then we'll go to our media contacts. That is sometimes a time-consuming process, finding the right reporter, finding the right editor, and sending them off that story idea. And it takes follow-up, it takes dedication, it takes persistence, and hopefully the end result is gaining them some publicity. Ironically, I did not go to school to be in the PR world, PR, public relations. I originally was a kinesiology major, and some people say, what is a kinesiology major? Kinesiology is the study of the human body and movement. So initially when I went into the kinesiology major, I wanted to do something in athletics. I wanted to do personal training. I liked leading group exercise. A lot of times pre-med, pre-physical therapy, any of those related fields, you kind of start with the foundation of the kinesiology, and it's great exposure. However, once I got out and I started to practice personal training for about 2 months, very short-lived, I said, I don't really want to do this anymore, and I'm going to explore something else, which is what led me into the marketing and public relations field. My first job was the personal trainer for 2 months, and then I said enough with that. And then my second job, which I consider my first real professional job, first step into the corporate world, if you will, was at the University Club. So the University Club is a members-only private business and dining club. It's a little bit of a difficult concept to understand. But what I helped do was the membership sales and the marketing. Started there as the membership assistant, bottom level, worked very hard and was diligent and dedicated to that position for about a year. Within a year, I had a wonderful mentor and boss who promoted me to the membership director position, which I was where I was for an additional year. And after doing that, getting a great understanding of the business community, meeting people, going to networking events, really just integrating myself into the community and kind of figuring out what aspect of that role I really enjoyed. I discovered that I really enjoyed the public relations, the community relations, and that's what led me to the public relations job where I am now. The college degree is, in my mind, the first step to going into the professional world and having a career, regardless of if you know that you want to be a personal trainer or in marketing. It honestly doesn't matter. It's really the maturity that you gain, the exposure to all different sorts of subjects. That is the number one thing I think that is most important, and it took me on that path, and that's how I discovered that I like the public relations and the marketing. You know, you start doing something completely different and you can end up in a different place, and that's okay. It's kind of funny because I think your goal is always changing, and right when you think sometimes you think you know what you want to do and you get into it and you're really excited about it, and then another door might open and then you might change directions. I think it's okay to do that and have those different experiences as long as you're constantly learning and growing. From the kinesiology major to the personal training job to the university club, I took what I learned at each job and it made me a more knowledgeable and more developed person. And I don't think I'll ever stop learning and growing. It's all those collective experiences that are going to help us and help you, guide you on your path. It's okay to be uncertain about what you want to do or where you're going. Look to people for advice and resources. And honestly, if I could go back, I would have utilized the resources around me to help me develop a more, a more clear path. But my number one advice would be to use those resources and take all the knowledge you can from all those people that are reaching out and helping you and just run with it and do the best you can. I'm having such a fun time. It's always new. It's exciting when you transition to a new job because you're meeting new people and you're learning something new and having new experiences. So it's a ton of fun. And there are some days that are not as good and I'm waiting for this story to hit. Is this reporter going to call me back? Am I doing a good job? Yeah, you're going to have those questions, but that's counteracted by the really good days. So there's always a balance there, but overall, I look forward to going to work in the morning, and that's what I really value the most.